And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Yo, can y'all shut up? Stop.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Kamara.
That's on me. Shit.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left.
There we go, AD. There we go.
Anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now a play fake, and it's Watson rolling to his left. And on the left side, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our commentary.
Oh, yeah, that's my rookie right there.
Extra paper. I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Colquitt on the kick as he sends it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys just barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop. Last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And Diggs has it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 11 yards there, first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, Zoo. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Ready?
Throwing on first down. Herbert.
Fuck that away. Oof.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down in bounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Going deep for Diggs. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Wild,
and the
bro.
return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Watson.
Almost got
releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
He's gonna get that.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he'll avoid the tackle.
God damn, bro.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Yeah, he's passing. He's trying to get pass protections.
Yeah. Just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on 2nd down. Watson, he'll let this go for the end zone.
I thought they hit me. I got high, bro.
A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A shotgun snap for Watson.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you.
And down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Excuse me. That's awesome.
Looking to throw on 2nd
down. And if we get that, bro, it's wide open.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. It's complete to Diggs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 27-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hurry up.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs.
Oh, shit. That was some glitchy shit right there. I should not even score right there. That's wild. That was a mess. But I'll take them.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down,
there you go, Vita. That's what I'm talking about, boy.
Behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Watch the pass.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Good job, boy.
Incomplete.
That's what I'm talking about.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Woo.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no
doubt. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
What happens when you play with them safeties, man? You get caught in that backfield. It's over.
14-0.
Zena. Okay.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Come on, man.
Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great
wow,
return. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Redskins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
Check 15. Check 15. 26. 31.
Watson now to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey.
Oh, we almost got that ball out. That would have been
line tackled there. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 38,
Watson
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Aaron Donald, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. They haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good 1st half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Benjamin's got it.
Oh, did he get that? Did he get that?
So much about offense is what
That's
you call
some
hitting
bull,
yardage.
man.
You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work?
Oh, he was right there. Adore. You
usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still 2nd quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
Oh, he's up. Oh my gosh, you went right over top of your head, boy. What? Oh my gosh, bro.
A huge play
that was right
there
over
for
top of his head. Just put your hands up and you're right there.
I think it's pretty safe to say that
that rookie got it. No. You're not ready. That just kind of pissed me off. I can't even lie to you. Alexander's way faster too. So.
They had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Now Watson. Flush to his right.
What the fuck?
This is caught. And
what the fuck was that?
Touchdown.
Oh my
Washington.
gosh! What type of gimmicky bullshit was that?
His third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Fuck! What the fuck?
Passing game.
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss. Gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Meanwhile, down in Chicago. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, there's the option going left. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Some bullshit.
Operating from the gun. Herbert is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football
and
make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Oh, shit. No. Oh, my camera's fucked up. Ah, fuck.
He'll have a first down.
Is he really going to keep on?
Out of bounds, right at the 40. 11 yards there. First down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air,
my camera back. Oh my gosh, where's my camera back? No, what the fuck? No, oh my gosh. And I'm on Aaron Donald.
Here's Watson.
What the fuck?
On the ground.
Bro, I'm
It'll
getting
go as a
screwed.
pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, God.
On first down, it's Watson. sack back at the 46. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Oh my gosh! I'm so mad. Oh,
22 yards there, a first down.
I'm trying to change the play and shit. This is all bad. 3, 3, 5, ish.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect.
You almost missed that.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The final shot before break. Herbert looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you told that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he'll get about 3 as he takes us up near the 25.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Open man is Higgins. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. He's got Smith here. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
Throw the ball. Oh, my gosh, he's wide open. Just let the ball go.
Noah Spence gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Bravo! On
3rd down, Herbert. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay. A sack on the corner blitz. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Oh my gosh, I pushed up. I was right there.
And he's taken
Ball went out of position. It went out of reach. I was right there. Ball supposed to be a touchdown my way. Oh my Jesus, my dude was turned around.
18 yards. Watson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Here's Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Watson, off play action. Looking deep for Julio.
Give me that.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Why you? Oh my God! I hate this little turnaround.
Smith, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 5.
I did it too early. So let him get closer to me.
Have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And this will not get close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Always stay in field goal range, at least get 3 points. Because I can grab it. 20 to 20, I feel like I can move the ball.
And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Watson on 1st down.
Oh, shit.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And
Harrison got like 2 and one more user hit stick.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Oh, I ran out of. Oh my gosh, oh my Jesus, bro! That was it right there.
It gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert sliding out of the pocket.
Why did my nigga not move? My nigga just stayed in the back of the end zone. Oh my Jesus. Why did I even throw that? Why did I throw that? Didn't I just throw it out of bounds? I just said I'm going to play smart and do that shit.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can.
How do you get that out?
So don't get too cute.
That's
Go to the playmakers. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Flushed out right.
I knew he was going to do that, too. I didn't want to reach back to go for that one, bro.
Gets it to the 34,
I'm going to stay where I was at.
For the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, but the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone. One open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
you. I got you. 59. 51 for Mike, boy. 51.
He don't know no better.
Time to go.
Throwing again is Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 11 yards there, first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Vikings' 48-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Watson. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go, again. Go.
Mike 8. Mike 8.
I'm here all day.
Mike 8.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Checking in on Houston. It's in the 4th quarter there. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's caught.
He caught that?
Inside the 10.
You're kidding me,
nice
bro.
pickup of 33 yards.
You're fucking kidding.
Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Watch safety screen. Safety screen.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Switch. 59. 58 to Mike. 24. I'm about to take you through. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. 3 buzz. Quick dash. 24. Rush in. 66. Pull it. Half. At 59.
Back to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
Back.
Watson.
Give me that. Oh, that's a pick.
It's a touchdown.
Oh, my gosh. That's supposed to be a pick. He was in perfect position. Oh, my gosh, bro.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts him in striking distance, and let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for two.
Well, going for it on the road, want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this
Really?
fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Well, Charles, there's a couple of things at play here. I don't understand why you don't just kick the PAT to tie it this late in the fourth. If you are going to go for it, though,
back there. You were serious
why
about
the
that.
fake kick from the 15?
No explanation that I have
I'll take it, though.
will make any type of sense. You're exactly right. Kick the extra point, have
Oh,
a
you should've
tie
just
game,
kicked
and see
those?
what
I mean, kick
happens
the
down the
squib.
stretch. But if you're going to go
Honestly,
for it,
you
as you
should just
said,
squib kick right there, bro.
offense out there.
That's
and
wild. You're about
I like
to
my
lose
chances
for
from the
that.
2-yard line, not faking it from the 15.
Come on,
And
dude.
this is
Thank
going to be
you.
recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter.
Oh, let's see one more thing. Okay, cool. Diggs was in a mood or whatever, so I
They
had to make
needed
sure.
the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought
Gotta make
analytics into the
sure
game,
I
and
got
someone
him
has
his
said here that the
yards.
data says that when a
Those
team's
touches, I got
expecting an
both of them.
onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special
Playing
teams,
like Aaron
93%
been
of
doing
the time
that
you win the
shit.
game. I'm
He'll
still
just
waiting to
keep
see
on
that
spinning
number
them
as
all like
empirical.
that, and that shit
So the
goes.
final seconds have ticked away in
a
this
good game,
Minnesota
bro.
victory, and they were really
Good
held by their
fucking
defense,
game, man.
forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one,
It's
today's
really
defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days,
I
pitching
feel you on
shutouts
that,
was
bro.
big time.
I feel
that
you
was
on that one
paramount.
overtime.
But the big
bro.
thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So you can figure it.
So for Minnesota, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.